They really did not like that at all. And we put them on record. They knew that we had about 8 video cameras there, that everything would be videotaped, everything would be on YouTube, and that them getting the evidence in their hands, that's going to be on record, and that they're going to have to do something about this. Jay Rockefeller, Stewart did an excellent job asking him a question during the press conference. And then Senator Jay Rockefeller mentioned something about 30 people outside Schumer's office that we didn't even know nothing about. And he said he wouldn't answer the question, and he ran away sneakingly. And then Katie said, "Wait, I want to know about the Bilderberg Group." And he said, "Well, no, we can't talk about it right now." And when Katie asked, "When can we talk about it?" he just, snapped back saying, "No, you can't." And he ran away. And when he ran away, I mean, he just implicated himself, and that's why we just filed him and asked him more questions politely about his family starting the modern eugenics movement. And that's when he said he has to walk faster. And that just shows you what kind of cowards these men really are. And
by the way, if you go to Encyclopedia Britannica or buy any mainstream best-selling history book on eugenics, it says that in around 1900, John D. the First literally funded worldwide eugenics and created the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute on Eugenics, the big one in England, the big one in Ireland, the big one in Berlin. He set up the Cold Springs Harbor. I mean, they set up Margaret Sanger, everything. Cancer viruses and vaccines, they discovered that in the 20s, set up the cancer hospitals and spread it in the vaccines. I mean, this is the most diabolical family. If there's a first family of, say, Satan, I would have to say it's not even Rothschild, though they fund a lot of this stuff. It's got to be Rockefeller. I know Rothschild's got more money, but, I mean, Rockefellers, every time you turn over a rock, it's them. Go ahead.
I mean, they have so much influence, and that's why it's so important to go after the true source of power, not the Republicans, not the Democrats, but the real powers behind the scenes, and that's the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, these huge banking families that have established modern eugenics, and that Hitler even adored and looked up to. And when, asking him, I didn't let up. I politely asked him a question. I was really nice to him, but his attitude just shows how much he has to hide. He ran away. And he said that I should run for Congress because I have balls or whatever it was. But that's not even that important. Like, his testimony of him not even trying to answer the question, looking guilty, running away as fast as he could, hobble on off, shows you how much power we have as individuals to make these powerful people run away from us and look guilty just by asking them a simple question. And that's what I encourage everybody to do in their local cities, in their local towns. Go out there, get active, and ask these people real questions.
Just in a nutshell, Luke Rudkowski, founder of WeAreChange Worldwide, how did this idea form to go deliver these to members of Congress? How many were you able to visit? And what was it like?
I mean, that was a great idea by WeAreChange LA with Stewart, Jeremy, Katie, and Bruno. They thought up of this idea. They printed out all these documents, and we literally spent 3-4 days going to offices and running into all these senators and congressmen on the floor over there. And it was
which other citizens could do. I mean, instead of just calling them or emailing them, people need to make trips to these bastards before they totally shut the Capitol down and get them by the hand and say, "Listen, you little bastard, we're not asking, we're telling you, stop destroying America."
I wish I lived in D.C. because anybody could go on to, the congressional offices, the Senate offices, and just walk up and talk to these people with a camera. It's legal. Anybody could do it. I wish I lived down there because I would have been in front of people every single day. And that's what's so amazing and beautiful about what we can do as individual citizens, speaking truth to power and exposing, shedding light on the real darkness in our government and all the corruption that's going on right now. And that's why it's so critically important for people to stand up and be the change that they want to see in this world.
Well, Luke, there's definitely no doubt that you and others with this spirit of liberty and just taking action, the globalists call it change agents because they send out their people in the community that are bought and paid for trying to manipulate things. They know the powers at the grassroots. We are the real change agents, the organic change agents for liberty and freedom. And there's no excuses, even if folks can't go to D.C. Your senators, your House members, they all, dozens and dozens of times a year, go to public events at grocery stores and libraries and old folks' homes and public schools and colleges. Get up off your butts, America. Get in there. Go ahead.
It's easy. Anybody could do this. And even, this year during our 9/11 events, we're going to be teaching. We're going to have learning seminars on how to be an activist journalist, how to be a real citizen, how to go out there and be effective in the political process by going out there asking real questions. So we're going to be out there, and we're going to be doing huge events again this year in New York City on 9/11, and we hope everybody could come out.
What else happened? I mean, any other tidbits we should be made aware of?
Senator Schumer called the cops on us. We have a congresswoman that supported our new investigation. That's on video. That's on the videos that Bruno put out on WeAreChange LA. We're out there. I mean, the videos of us confronting these politicians is amazing. And you see the reaction of them being put on record, serve documents that they could be held liable for if they don't do anything about. And that's the real power. It's not about calling or emailing them, because they will ignore your calls and emails. You have to go up in person, face-to-face with them, and talk to them one-on-one and make them understand that we're not going to back down, and they're going to...
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you, but it's more like when you call or email, it's like a gnat. But when you go and get them by the hand and look them in the eyes and give them documents, it's like an elephant gun in the info war. Let's go to Stewart Howe, one of the founders of LA WeAreChange. Stewart, great to have you on with us. In a nutshell, what was it like to launch this event? How many members of Congress did you reach?
Well over a dozen. And I got to say, this couldn't have been done without the great work of these scientists who put together this very strong paper, and Miss Malloy, who helped us to get there. So, we had a really strong package, and, we went about getting it into the hands of everybody we could. And I got to tell you, I hope the Norman Mineta segment gets in the third film that Bruno's working on, because this man was so thankful. I mean, the way he shook our hands and lit up, when we thanked him for his service and his testimony about Cheney's de facto stand-down orders, it warmed the heart. And the way Sheila Jackson Lee responded, and Maxine Waters, and there is support. I think there's...
Yeah, I would be happy to stick this in the new Obama film, but I've only got about 2 weeks for any final footage, because I'm going to be done with it in about the next month and a half or less. So any footage you guys want, I will make a section in there. The Rockefeller was perfect because I'm already doing a little eugenics section, more than a little eugenics section. But yes, I would like to put some 9/11 truth in this one. We didn't put as much of that in the first Obama, because that was about shattering the left-right paradigm. But yes, this Obama film is probably going to be the biggest film I've ever made. So any WeAreChange has footage. I can't guarantee I'll end up using it, but just get it to me now, Stewart.
Yeah, you got it. I'll get with Bruno on that. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, it was amazing back there. It was amazing, to have the team we had, to have Heidi, who came down from Maryland, change, and Miss Malloy, Jasper, and Sasha, of course, Katie and Bruno. I got to tell you, these guys all just look like, crooked old white guys in suits. But Luke and especially, Bruno and Jeremy knew who they were, and we just had like every 10 minutes, there's this guy, there's that guy. And
now, let's be specific, though, because, I'm going from memory. You guys delivered a whole bunch more packets to congressmen's offices. You just ran into a dozen or more and physically gave it to them, or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was probably 20 or more, and we do have a list. We're working on the follow-up, and we're going to do everything we can with the list. But we were as effective as we could be over 3 or 4 days. And
how many packets did you hand out total?
I would say probably between 20 and 25.
Okay.
And some of them were addressed to Congressman Senator, some of them were addressed to Dear Defender of the Constitution.
You know what? I got an idea, Stewart. You guys could put a copy of the report you sent up at WeAreChange LA or WeAreChange.org, and everybody could get it and mail it and send it registered to every member of Congress and the Senate.
Yeah,
until they're knee deep. Oh, so it is up.
It's up, Bruno, and everybody. Jeremy, Katie did a great job. All the documents are linked from the YouTube page on the sidebar. Maybe not from the Rockefeller video, but from the D.C. event, day 1 and 2. They're linked, and it's ready to go. All you got to do is print them out and have at it. One thing I would say, Alex, is for people to get out there, but bring cameras. Bring a camera to film the camera person, because what happened to Talis was avoidable. If there would have been a few people filming the people doing the filming, let's try to, be smart and heads up.
That's right. WeAreChange LA has been charged and arrested before, but it's been dropped, correct? Because you guys did have video. I mean, our weapon is video. Never work in groups of smaller than 3. Cameras are like $200 now for decent cameras. Everybody needs a video camera. It's good to have a hidden pin camera like the Diginet.net folks have as a backup, because you will catch the cops doing unbelievably evil things. Once they grab your cameras, you can have that hidden camera still rolling.
Yeah, I got to say that we had some support from the police there. You know, we were detained, I guess, because of pressure from from Schumer and who else, but we also felt that there was a good bit of support for us, even though it wasn't
I want to be
overt.
clear. A lot of police are waking up. They send us a lot of documents, but they're still bad ones. Like the ones that knew that, German Talus had been attacked and it was a setup. Now, the Secret Service did testify it was a lie. They wouldn't, ruin their career to lie for the NYPD, but the NYPD did lie in that setup, a very criminal group on average, so you can't deny that. Well, listen, Luke and Stewart Howe, we're going to have you both up in the next few weeks as we build towards the 9/11 anniversary. A lot of big stuff in the works.